My name is Mark Ramsey. I'm 41 years old, and until recently, I thought I had a great life, a steady career, a beautiful wife, and a home in one of Savannah's quietest suburbs. I work in cybersecurity. I'm not flashy, but I'm damn good at what I do. And until she lit a match and dropped it on everything we built, I was married to Camille. She's 38, sharp as a tack, with a head for finance and a heart full of ambition. She worked at Ashbury Capital, a boutique investment firm in downtown Savannah, and she was obsessed with leveling up. But somewhere along the way, I stopped being part of that plan. I should have seen it. The sudden gym obsession. The networking events that didn't end until 2 a.m. The password-protected phone. The new perfume she never wore for me. Then there were the whispers, the ones she didn't think I could hear. One night, she hosted her usual wine and book club gathering. Only, I don't think they read a single page. I was in the kitchen when I overheard her friend Jenna giggle and say, "So, when's Kim going to dump Mark for her boss?" Another friend, April, chimed in, "Girl, if someone like Eli Masters was after me." "Mark who?" I froze. "Eli, Camille's boss, CEO of Ashbury Capital. He was married, arrogant, and old money Savannah. I'd met him once. He looked through me like I was a waiter." "She says he's obsessed," Jenna said. "He's already looking at condos for her in Bluffton." "Oh, he's definitely hitting it," April laughed. "She always showers before she comes in now." I dropped the wine glass I was holding. Didn't shatter, just a dull thud. But inside, I shattered. Let me pause here for a second and ask, had you ever caught someone lying so easily you wondered how many times they've done it before? Comment the city where it happened. And if this story has you hooked, hit like and subscribe for part 2. It's about to get worse. After I overheard that conversation, I didn't confront Camille. Not yet. I needed proof. I needed leverage. So I started digging. First, I remembered the prenup. My late mother, a real estate attorney and a ruthless divorcee, had insisted on it. Camille signed it without a second glance, probably thinking it was just legal fluff. But there was a clause, hidden in plain sight, Clause 14b, infidelity consequences. If either spouse initiated divorce due to cheating, the guilty party owed the other $100,000 plus 5 years of alimony based on their current income. When I reread that clause, I laughed. A bitter, broken kind of laugh. Camille had no idea what she was about to step into. I didn't have to wait long. 2 days later, Camille left her work iPad charging in the kitchen. Her passcode was her birthday, same one I'd used to buy her a necklace 2 months ago. Within seconds, I had access to her messages, emails, calendar. The messages started off professional. But by April, Eli was calling her kitten, and she was sending him pictures, some in lingerie I'd never seen before. There were bookings for a weekend in Charleston, dinner reservations, condos listed under a fake name, and one message that stopped my breath cold. "I'll file after his birthday. Just wanted to look respectful. Besides, I think he suspects nothing. LOL. Happy birthday to me." The next call I made was to Trey, my cousin and a detective with Chatham County PD. He owed me, and I needed quiet background on Eli Masters. Trey called back within hours. "Eli's clean in public, but messy in private. A sealed domestic violence complaint from 2019. 2 HR complaints at Ashbury, both vanished. His wife's name is Simone, and they just bought a second home together. He's not divorcing anyone. So Eli wasn't just cheating with my wife. He was conning her too, keeping her as a side piece while pretending he'd leave his own wife. Camille thought she was trading up. In reality, she was being used like a rental car. That night, she came home all sugar and sweetness. Brought me ribs from my favorite barbecue place. Kissed my cheek like she hadn't been texting Eli while picking up the order. "We should talk," she said after dinner. I leaned back and sipped my bourbon. "Sure. About what?" I've been feeling like we're growing in different directions." I nodded. "Different zip codes, you mean?" "What? Like Bluffton?" Her smile collapsed. "What are you talking about?" "I'm talking about you, Eli, and the lie you've been living for the last 6 months." I slid her tablet across the table, opened her messages. The color drained from her face. "How long have you known?" she whispered. "Long enough." Camille reached for excuses. "It's not what it looks like, don't." "Just read this," I said, handing her the prenup. Clause 14b. Her eyes flicked down the page. Her hand shook. You're bluffing, she said, her voice brittle. Then file. Let's find out. She left that night. I didn't stop her. But before she slammed the door, she spat the words that made it all clear. You're a good man, Mark. Just not ambitious. That night, I poured myself another bourbon and looked around the house. Ours for now, but soon mine. The next morning, I woke up to a war. Camille had posted a long, poetic breakup message on Facebook. After years of emotional neglect, I've finally chosen myself. Please respect my privacy during this painful transition. Hashtag healing, hashtag new beginnings. By noon, her post had over 300 likes and a swarm of "you go girl" comments. Meanwhile, I was getting side-eyed by neighbors and dropped by 3 clients who saw her message and assumed I was the villain. Then came the vandalism. Bright red letters spray painted across my garage. Liar. Manipulator. Abuser. I called Trey. His voice was low and serious. You're being set up, Mark. I'd bet money they're trying to provoke a reaction they can use in court. We pulled footage from my security cam, grainy but clear. Jenna and April, Camille's little cheerleaders, recording themselves while they deface my property. I sent the footage to my lawyer and filed a police report. But this wasn't just about the law. They were trying to rewrite the story. So I wrote my own. That night, I made a public post. Some of you have asked for my side. Here it is. My wife had an affair with her boss. She planned to divorce me after my birthday to save face. We have a prenup. She broke it. I'm enforcing it. Not out of revenge, out of principle. Betrayal has consequences. Attached were screenshots. Not graphic, just enough. And the tide shifted. People started demaying me. Old friends, neighbors, even one of Camille's coworkers. Turns out, Eli had a reputation at Ashbury, and I wasn't the first husband burned in his path. But the twist? That came 48 hours later. I got a call from block number. The voice on the other end? Calm. Controlled. Mr. Ramsey, this is Simone Masters, Eli's wife. We should meet. We met at a quiet coffee shop near Forsyth Park. Simone Masters walked in like Savannah royalty. Pearls, posture, and a calm fury simmering just beneath her perfect exterior. I've suspected Eli for years, she said, stirring her coffee without sipping. But I never had proof. I slid her the folder, screenshots, receipts, emails, everything Camille had saved in her iPad like a digital diary. Simone scanned the pages in silence. When she reached the message about the Bluffton condo, she actually laughed. Condo's in my name, she said. He used my inheritance to pay the deposit. She looked up and met my eyes. I want him to bleed. And I think you do too. And just like that, we became allies. Simone had access to everything. Bank accounts, expense reports, and, most importantly, Ashbury's internal policies. What she gave me that night could have ended Eli's career 5 times over. I forwarded everything to my attorney. He nearly choked on his coffee. Mark, this isn't just infidelity. This is embezzlement. Corporate fraud. He's going to lose his job, possibly face charges. And he did. 2 weeks later, the Savannah Herald broke the story. Ashbury Capital CEO resigns amid internal investigation. Camille went silent on social media. Her friends stopped tagging her in posts. And Eli? Well, Eli disappeared from Savannah entirely. Rumor was, Simone filed for divorce the same day. She froze every joint account. But Camille wasn't done. She filed a counterclaim, alleging I had emotionally manipulated her into signing the prenup. Her new lawyer sent over a settlement offer, $20,000, and a non-disclosure agreement in exchange for dropping all claims. I didn't laugh. I just sent back a 2-word reply, see you. The court date was set. But before we even got there, Camille tried one last Hail Mary. She showed up at my house. Alone. Rain pouring down. Makeup streaked. She looked like a ghost. Mark, I'm broke, she whispered. Eli li torstaime. He said he'd take care of everything. I've lost my job, my friends, my reputation. Please, let's just end this quietly. I let her talk. Let her beg. Then I walked her to the door and handed her a laminated copy of Clause 14b. You signed it. Now live it. The day of the court hearing felt more like a circus than a civil proceeding. Protesters were outside with signs. Some blamed me. Others blamed Camille. The media had picked up the story after someone leaked details of the prenup and the affair. Headlines read like tabloid gold. Savannah CEO, scandal spurs explosive divorce trial. Inside, Camille sat across from me, flanked by her new lawyer, a sharp-jawed woman with a predator's grin. Camille wore black like she was in mourning, but no amount of fabric could hide how hollow she looked. Eli had vanished, and with him, her safety net. My attorney laid everything bare. The prenup, the texts, the photos, Simone's records, the spray paint incident. Camille's lawyer tried to argue coercion, mental anguish, and social maltreatment, but the judge wasn't having it. Then came Camille's testimony. Tears. Apologies. She painted herself as lost, misguided, betrayed by Eli just as much as she betrayed me. I didn't think he'd abandon me, she said. I thought Mark would forgive me. We were happy once. The courtroom held its breath. But when my turn came, I didn't go for the throat. I loved her, I said. I believed in us. But she made a choice. Not once, not twice, but every day she lied to my face. She wasn't sorry then. She's sorry now because she lost. The judge ruled the prenup valid. She called Camille's claims conveniently timed and strategically manipulative. The verdict: Camille owed me $100,000 plus 5 years of spousal support. Camille sobbed. Her mother stormed out. And I just exhaled. Later that night, I sat on the porch with Trey and Simone, sipping bourbon while the Savannah air cooled around us. You know, Simone said, you didn't just win. You set a damn precedent. Trey raised his glass. To consequences. I never heard from Camille again. Not directly. I know she sold her car, moved in with her sister in Macon, and tried to get a job in Atlanta. Last I heard, she was filing for bankruptcy. Illy. Rumor has it he's under federal investigation for financial misconduct. I kept the house, rebuilt my business, and every now and then I get a message, someone telling me they read my story. That gave them courage. That's why I told it. Because betrayal should never be free. And sometimes the best revenge isn't screaming or slashing tires. It's making sure the person who tried to ruin you pays with interest.